Tim Cook, welcome in, Francesco.
Is Francesco back now, is he?
I read that as Tim Cock.
Francesco's Tim Cook today.
Why is he Tim Cook?
Tim Cook.
He's the CEO of Apple, and they've just done a keynote about the new iPhone range.
Oh, exciting. There we go.
It was the most exciting night I've had for a long time.
That's depressing.
Anyway, moving on. Dear God, Ian. Yeah.
The iPhone Air, Whitfield. Mark might be impressed, but you should get this more being somewhat of an Apple person. The iPhone Air is eSIM only, which aids with the cooling of it, which means it won't overheat when heavy gaming or using a lot of processor-heavy power.
Fantastic.
And the 17 Pro Max is vapor-cooled.
The thing is, though, is that all these event bits and pieces we've done, and I've seen people like yourself with an iPhone 15 or 14 that's far more up-to-date than mine.
15 Pro Max.
And it still couldn't necessarily hack
it's not a 15,
the heat and
it's
everything in
Pro
Paris.
Max.
That isn't helping
It
Ian.
still
That isn't
couldn't
helping
deal
Ian.
with whatever was going on in either New Jersey,
But
New
the 17
York, or
Pro
whatever.
Max is going to be so much better because it's got a vapor cooling and a more energy efficient battery, which will keep it cooler. It's totally redesigned. Tim Cook told us so, didn't they, Francesco?
Tim Cook clearly doesn't know about the Nubia 6 Pro phone fan that I've got, which makes my 12 Pro Max like a freaking block of ice.
Well, the 12 is so 4 years ago.
It is so 4 years ago, but it's also cheaper, and it only cost me 60 quid to buy the phone fan, and now I run it rather than spending what's the new phone going to cost? What, like 1,600 quid?
Yeah, but at least our screen recordings don't fail when we do really stupid.
That's not the phone.
clips.
That's me not clearing my iCloud. It's user error.
Anyway, moving on to other things. Did you see the video I sent you about Richard Hammond's gin to compete with James May's gin and the Diddley Squat gin?
Another gin.
No, I've seen Richard doing a gin. I also saw him sign someone's bottle of James May's gin, and he wrote something along the lines of undrinkable and unsafe.
If you look at the video I sent you this morning, I think
funny.
it was, the video is titled "It's Better, Tell James May."
Well, they don't have to worry about YouTube algorithm
The name does it all.
in getting into space.
Sue says, why don't we create an Incensed podcast gin? Oh,
I mean, the label could look fantastic.
the Supernova.
The Supernova.
I don't really know what we could put in it.
Well, supernova implies explosion, so I'm thinking along very similar lines to Clarkson's, what is it, like chili-infused gin, which is ironic because I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, you don't have
You
to
don't
like
do spice,
it.
do you?
As long as you
No,
make
you
money
don't do
on it, you don't
spice.
have to
As
like
long as you
it.
sell it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Strawberry and lime, Kerry says.
Strawberry and lime. That's a cider. Francesco knows it very well.
I think Sue's onto something here. I like this idea. Patreon content gin tasting. I like that.
We shall dive further into that on the Patreon exclusive content coming up this week.
But right now, let's get on with the show.
I put blackberries in my gin. That'd be nice. Tonight on episode 240, Milo has got over 800 million of it. Ian's got around 300 million of it, and I've got far less. Yes, we'll talk about the XP and we'll talk about it in a little bit on tonight's show, but thank you everybody for tuning in. It is, of course, the Incensed podcast. We always encourage you to throw down your incenses.
Oi, you sleepy sailors, it's time to drop your incense.
I am joined with my two beautiful co-hosts. That's Ian Waterfall and Pogo Milo UK. I'm, of course, Masterful27. 2 episodes in a row now. Got to rebuild the streak. Lost my 18-day Wordle streak, actually, yesterday. But anyway, I've got to start a new streak.
80 day. That's it. 80's floating around.
Actually, you're Masterful 27-ish.
Ish, yeah, ish. Oh, yeah. Masterful 27-ish. But yeah, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're all here, and we hope you're all doing all right. But guys, how are you doing as well? I would say more importantly, but no, we're not more important. We're all equally important. How are you guys doing?
All equal and inclusive on this podcast. Yeah.
Since when?
Doing since always, Ian. You know this. We started in the woke era and we'll continue. But I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. It's been a jolly fun day. We'll talk about the Psyduck event a bit later, but it's been good fun. Certainly after last week, 239. It was a fantastic show. And yeah, good to be back on. How's it going, Vasa? You sound better.
I am better, and I would like to build on what you've just said. Yes, it was a good show, but that is strictly due to editing because it was a bit of a train wreck actually when we recorded, because I was really genuinely hallucinating last week. I was off with the fairies, so ill. But back on form, back to relative health, and ready for a good chat today, because there's not masses of news, really.
To be confirmed.
For Milo, Tuesday's our Saturday, isn't it? New event started. Oh, it's been a fun day. Me and you are like, day 2 of the working week. It's only Tuesday. It's a bit like...
Kind of, yeah, because we, as people who listen will know, we work a day job Monday to Friday, pretty long hours, as does Sue and Francesco, our admins. And then Saturday's generally a content day. Sunday's generally a content day. They're very busy weeks, but it was actually quite nice this past weekend to get Saturday pretty much off because there was no event. And thank you, Pokemon Go team. It was nice just to have a day of downtime.
Please repeat that. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, repeat that every week now, please.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news because yesterday nothing was happening.
But now that's 2 weeks in a row. We need them to replicate that. I think I've just said this every week.
It's
not going to happen, is it? Let's be honest.
Baby steps, back to normality.
Yeah.
Back to normality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, Jesus. Where's it going with that one?
There goes level 80.
There you go. Oh, very good.
Marky boy, how are you doing?
Will the number 1 trader please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
I would. I'd have to displace my microphone.
It reminds me of my favourite band, the Charlatans. They did a song called North Fleecy Boy.
I don't think he's referring to you being a charlatan. Well, that was definitely very, very defensive.
It was, wasn't it?
So, all inclusive on this show.
No, I'm really good, thanks, guys. And been away from home for the last night work and all that boring adult stuff. But I think we'll have a fun one tonight. It's nice not to just talk news, feed you information. I think tonight it is generally just going to be chatting with a few things we want to talk about and maybe a little bit more detail than the previous weeks have allowed us to. Yeah, achy. I know you've not been well. Better now. Like I've still got these pains. Like my posture's awful. Anyone watching on our exclusive Patreon, you'll see my horrific posture as we're recording this. But I've got to get better.
And I'm just leaning over.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm not achy at all. I'm actually very, very limber.
I've been watching this show on Netflix called I think it's called Building Your Band. It's the one where Liam Payne, God rest his soul, was one of the judges on it, and it's got AJ for the Backstreet Boys on it.
Whitfield is looking so puzzled here.
But it's got Kelly Rowland on it as well, and the lead singer from the Pussycat Dolls as well on it. And we were watching them, and I go, Kelly Rowland looks good. And about half's going, she looks really good. I go, how old do you think she is? And she went, got to be early 50s, late 40s, early 50s. No, she's younger than us. And I was like, she's only 44. I was like, what the hell? And then I found out, Ian, that they were in bands at the age of 15 when they were first performing, which is scary. We discovered podcasting at a far later age. So let's hope we have as long a career doing this as they have.
We're 4.5 years in. We're getting there.
We're doing all right.
You're suggesting at some point down the road we'll become judges on a podcast show.
Yeah.
We judge other people's podcasting.
Actually, video ideas. We could actually judge people's videos for newer creators.
We do.
That is a dangerous thing to do.
Yeah. No, funny though. But no.
People in glass houses and all that.
There's always enough stones. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We are, of course, the Incensed Podcast. We hope you're all doing well. If you get something good, we want to hear about it. So please use our world-famous hashtag Shinies of the Week on our social media platforms to get spotted.
Could you clarify the spelling?
Core. Yeah, of course I can.
Corefish.
Giving something away there, Marky boy.
Core, yeah, exactly. Jesus. That is SHINIES. OFTHEWEEK. Seville vibes. Cool, indeed. But no, please use that hashtag. It'll help us to find your posts. X, Threads, Instagram, Discord, Campfire, and Blue Sky. Using
Discord,
that.
they can if they're a patron.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will help us find, and you might get featured. But now, Ian, I always delegate this to you because you're the one who's got the information.
Well, you say that. I just think you don't update your show notes.
Or maybe.
Where's that soundbite?
Here's Vasa Savage.
Pop. Oh, Jesus.
There's only two. 2 pops this time.
2 pops.
Yeah, you can reach us on either our email address, which is contact@incensedpodcast.com, or our WhatsApp number, which is for voice messages. Please, we prefer voice messages, not text. We want to be in the future. We want to hear your beautiful voices. And that number is +44 759 269 5696.
Do you know why I always ask Ian to do that, really? It's because when Ian says +44, I always think of Plusle, and that's Ian's favourite Pokemon.
He's wearing Plusle shiny red.
Oh, Plusle shiny red, Ian!
Are you proud of
Which
yourself?
is Valor Red, but there we go.
Because Mark and I are like, we've got the blue sort of...
Yeah, mine then.
Silent vibes
Non-shiny,
going
all sight. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What was that?
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favourite podcast app now.
That was a duck.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was...
Quick! Duck.
Jesus. We're going to hear a lot of that maybe tonight. Anyway, before we...
Someone mention me.
Oh my God.
Well, interesting. But before we talk about ducks, we're going to talk about sharks, because this weekend just gone, we had another mega drop. It's been a little while, but we've got a new mega in the game, and it's a beauty. As Steve Irwin would probably have said, God rest his soul, Mega Sharpedo Raid Day. The raid train. I'll jump straight into it. We don't need to say too much about it. It was a 3-hour window for those in-person people. Remote raids were increased. Dates allowed you to sort of do it across the 2 days, depending on the time zones. And do you know what? It was actually, it was an easy duo. I saw it was quite easily soloed as well for a mega. So
It's a flimsy one. Let's just say that.
the
Leave
better
it
looking
alone.
ones.
The fish is fine.
It's like punching tracing paper.
Interesting analogy, Milo, but I kind of agree. Why is it the best looking ones are always the ones that don't seem to put up too much of a fight? But
Well, that's the same in real life, not just Pokemon.
that's very true, actually. When Milo said punching through tracing paper, I was thinking of Takeshi's Castle. Do you remember that, Ian? The little
Oh,
the little-
yes. up
Even
in
I've heard
Liverpool.
this.
Yes, yeah.
All the stuff at Liverpool Safari Zone.
that was it.
That with the footprints across the river.
Yeah, that was classic.
Oh dear. But no, I mean it was fun to have it. I really enjoyed it. I love these raid days. I think they are probably up there. They're probably one of my favourite types of events, actually, when I really do sort of think about the events and what I get out of them. I do like the raid day. And one thing I've noticed in Pokemon Go recently on my friends list is people are desperate to raid stuff. I've seen people, I'm not going to shame you, so if you want to do like a Shadow C dot raid, I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Did you see me earlier today?
Jeez.
Each to their own.
It's to their own.
If Whitfield wants to raid it, let him.
It's weird what certain research tasks will drive you to do.
I think we're all just addicted to varying levels, to be fair. But I must raid. But it was nice to have something that everybody was taking
100%.
part in. Absolutely. So, guys, how did you play it? Did you play it similarly? I've watched both your vlogs, but for the listeners, would you like to share how you played it?
Well, will it be a similar tale as last week? Ian, very relaxed, even though I know he likes a shark, since he is, the soul of one. We've seen that in the savagery of tonight. And, I went flat out.
You've got no different levels. You are like, wake up flat out. It's like...
Flat out. No, there are a handful. Like, when we had a few terrible megas like Absol, I literally did my 15 passes that we had available for the day and then called it quits.
But your idea of going casual is using all of your passes.
Using all the orange ones, yeah. I honestly, people who don't use the free things you are given, like 5 passes for the day, that in my view is just daft, because you can just get something for free in the
Or
game.
you could use the time more productively.
What? You do you, Vasa. Honestly, I don't even know why you do this podcast to play the game. Honestly.
I
You're going to start a separate one.
Because I am a reflection of a reasonable player
We're
of the game.
going to
I
flip
don't
the word
feel
incense to start with however you'd say it backwards. We'll have the
because
inverted.
it is very much everyone to their own style of gameplay.
Yeah.
You do not need to be playing every event end to end for the whole amount of time and running around like a madman. I've said this many times before over the last 4.5 years. I went out, I did the whole 3 hours. I did as many raids as I could fit in within that time, and I even remoted it. I enjoyed the raid day.
Yeah.
I do love a mega, I love a raid day. But I will say, the week before for Gyarados, no, it's dead. It's been in too many times. Why? When I've got other things I can be doing that are more wisely spending my time, why should
Bring
I be
more
just
joy
playing
to
something
your
for the
life.
sake of to do it? There's got to be a reason behind you doing it, and if you're not getting enjoyment out of playing something, there's no point doing it just because it's on.
No, it's okay. Milo only did 15. Oh no, it was 50 Gyarados raids, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, I misheard
Yes,
you.
yeah.
No, 55, I think it might have been.
But no, it was a new Mega. It's a bit dead in some ways, but I love Mega.
Oh, it's a lovely one.
It's great mon.
Oh, it's a cool looking Mega, that's for sure.
I'm going to be that person, I think, tonight when we talk about this. And it might be the morning when you listen to this show, and it might be 5 years down the line, you're going, what's Mega Sharpedo? But I think the point is I rated it more than I probably would normally have rated something. And like I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was nice getting out of the house. I think that's always a good thing. I think we've said this before. Me and Ian have certainly said this. Like when we're getting to the winter days now and it gets dark at 7:30 our time, when you work on a Monday to Friday and by the time you've driven home and it's starting to get dark, you really do benefit at the weekends having that opportunity to get out and enjoy some of that light because...
And get in the daylight and get the steps in, get some fresh air.
Exactly. And like, it feels better in a weird, not in a weird way. It just feels better doing that at the weekend. So
absolutely,
I think that I think this event was really nice. It was fun. For us all, we could play it in our own way. It was fully accessible. I mean, these events are fully accessible, which is
great days are,
which is really good. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, I maxed out my remote raids on the on the day, which I was
good man.
I was proud of myself, Ian, believe it or not.
I'm proud of you.
I was like, I'm going to go and do some in the evening for the remote. Wait, you need to walk closer to that gym. I'm not going to walk to America now and do that raid. You know what?
I see that glitch, yeah. I'm really sorry. Well, I can't make it to the Seattle Tower, whatever it is.
But I would have done more if I could have done. And, you know, I mean, let's talk numbers then. How did we do? I think I did like 23 Mega Sharpedo raids. I said max the remote. I did 5 in public, so 25 actually I've done. Look at the numbers. I got 3 shinies. I was happy with that.
You're good.
That's on the odds, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? 1 in 10 is
under.
it?
That's really nice. Yeah, 1 in 10 roughly. That was correct. They didn't mess that up. It was really good.
Got 14, 14,
nice.
14, 93. You're proud of me, 93% shiny.
We say that was on the odds, and it technically was. I was with somebody, and we did about 18 or 19 in person.
Oh, wow.
And one of our group didn't get a single shiny.
That's what always happens.
Yeah.
The world of RNG.
Yep, RNG is painful at times.
And we know with these raid days, there are stories, and I'm sure there were for some for Sharpedo, that people did like 50 plus in the raid day and didn't get a single shiny. Unfortunately, it's bound to happen. I ended up I did my full 20 remotes before the UK raid day had started.
Of course you did.
Of course he did.
I wanted to I felt this was quite right, getting some Australian sharks in. I think that's about like on point. It was 1 shiny from the 20 remotes. So I was thinking, this is not looking like a good one. And it took a fair while to get a shiny from the in-person raids, but I think I managed to smash 43 in person in the 3 hours, just because of how easy it is to take down. You know? And in a way, that's kind of why one of these megas that are easier to take down and feel a bit more inclusive, because people who don't have a community or have a huge number of people to rely on, they can do a good amount of these if they want to and not struggle.
Yeah.
Whereas something that's a bit more bulky kind of excludes.
Yeah, when
people
Mega
in a way.
Metaverse comes out, don't even try and solo it.
No, because it's actually got quite good stats.
Exactly.
By the end of the day, I'd done 63 and ended with 7 shinies, so was very content with that. Like Marky, I got a 93 shiny, which I think was 15, 15, 12. Did manage to pick up the hundo. Thankfully, it wasn't just before or just after a shiny, so it wasn't one of those hysterical situations, but I was very happy to pick up a hundo and completely maxed on the Mega Energy 3 times over, and to the point where you just get that message popping up going, you received 0 Mega Energy. It's like, to be honest, that's okay, because I want to see if I can get a even better shiny. And I think by the time it swung around to midnight, I jumped in about Actually, no, I tell a lie. I ended up doing another 17 raids. I nearly maxed out on the 20 for like the little window of opportunity we had. I think it's an extra hour because of when West Coast finishes at 5, it's 1 a.m. in the UK. So however many that is, I genuinely forgotten.
So you're saying you didn't stay up for Hawaii?
No, I did check and see if anybody was pinging invites from Hawaii, but the film vlogs didn't quite deliver, unfortunately. But I thought at some point you've got to go to bed. And it's like I only have 3 raids left. And you know what? I'm okay with that. But enjoy a raid day. Honestly, love a raid day. And a new mega is always top tier and really good to get it done. But I wanted to pitch something to you guys, and this is something that was circling around when I saw what people were doing on our raid day, is a new mega raid day is always good, and we get very excited for it. It's great, new mega introduction. Something can be shiny now in the wild. If you ever see Sharpedo on your daily incense, it could be purple. But, and this is where it lends back into Gyarados with the raid day a week ago, or whatever it was, the mega raid day kind of is like a one and done deal for a mega, because I say I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure I do actually, is that once the mega raid day is done, will you ever actually jump in a Sharpedo mega raid ever again?
No.
I will never touch one again. And it's that sort of thing of you introduce the
Milo
mega.
says that until the next raid day comes out for Mega Sharpedo. It's like, oh, I've got to max it out again.
I'll max it out, yeah.
It'd be like Gyarados Part 3, won't it?
Somehow burn out.
Well, no, in a normal
10,000 mega
rotation,
energy.
I would
Yeah.
jump in. No.
So when we were going through all the mega rotations that are coming in September, and there's like 4 every week or something.
When Coops was going through them, I was thinking there's nothing other than Sharpedo, Camerupt, Metagross. That is going to be it.
It's honestly a weird like catch-22 of like a new mega is exciting for its raid day, but because of the raid day introduction with an increase of the shiny rate, boosted raids, boosted remotes, communities driven, you will never touch that mega ever again. So the hype dies inside of a day, and it's like, right, Sharpedo's in the game, cool, you can use it.
That's kind of the point in some ways, isn't it? Yeah.
I thought Milo had a new research sussed in when he said it was a catch-22. I was like, what was that catch-22 Sharpedo?
Catch-22 Sharpedo,
yeah. Just like that gives you an encounter with a Wooper. 1 mega energy. 1 mega energy. You boys both achieved something, didn't you? You got your medal, didn't you, for your megas, I saw. Was that right?
Yes.
Yes. Both
the guru.
Yeah, with the gurus now.
So was that
Platinum
46,
gurus, in fact?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the 46?
46, yeah. With 3 only, or 3 or 4, if you include 2 Mewtwo's remaining, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I'm on 44, so I've obviously missed a couple.
Nearly there. You missed a couple.
Missed a couple on there.
Shall we have a game of play your decks right and see which ones Marky's missing?
I tell you what, I reckon you'll probably guess it as well.
Play your mega dicks right.
Oh, mate, just play your decks right.
I've been impressed with you boys. Have 2 or 3 guesses if you get any of them, because there's one I know that I haven't done. I've seen it come around a few times. I've gone, I still haven't done it yet.
Do you know what I'm going to guess?
Go on.
Mega Aggron.
No, I love Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron is...
Nobody's ever said that before.
I was going to say, I think
so
that's
you have
first.
I've got
you
it,
have
yeah.
that, do you?
I have got that one, yeah.
Oh, you have got that one, okay. Because it's the ones that get introduced with an event tie-in, not a raid day, that I see a lot of people just going, I didn't bother doing them. Marta was going through her decks, and she's missing so many megas that were introduced either a long time ago or never got a raid day.
Yeah.
Mega Aerodactyl, Marky.
Oh, I love Mega. I've got Mega Aerodactyl in. That's a good shout though.
So he likes his rock types, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mega Pidgey. Oh no, Mega Pidgeotto.
Yes. I haven't got that one.
I've got Mega Pidgeotto. I do.
I'm gonna guess Ampharos.
Ampharos, yeah.
Ampharos, yeah.
Is that Alteria's?
No. That Mega Ampharos. That's
I've got
Mareep's.
Ampharos. Yeah. Got one more guess, and then I'll share with you.
Mega Manectric.
That is one of my favourites, actually, Ian.
3 favourites we've established.
Yeah, okay. But he's a mega connoisseur, so he's going to say that about every mega we say to him.
Oh, the ones I've got anyway. I've got Mega Manectric. I've got Mega Ordino, Tim. Good guess in the exclusive Patreon chat. No, I have got
Latios.
I've got both of them, Ian, and they're 2 of my favourites.
Your favourites, are they? Yeah. I'm going to have one more guess of Mega Pinsir.
No, I love Pinsir. It's probably one of my favourites.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Masterlaxus thinking Mega Pincer as well.
So no, my two makes I haven't got. I gave it away. Mega Alteria is one I haven't got. What were the floaty?
I would never. I
wouldn't have thought that because you did.
Because you love a Swablu, so I just don't know why you would never.
That's it. It got Conde as well.
I do love a Swablu in it. It's my guilty pleasure. And I haven't got. Is it Mega Slowpoke? Was Slowpoke one?
Slowbro.
Slowbro.
I was looking at that one.
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't say it though, did you, Milo?
No, I didn't. Too slow off the mark.
So
those are non-raid day ones. Slowbro was introduced years ago, I think, with a psychic event or something along those lines, and obviously Alteria was introduced briefly after the Swablu Com Day that was in 2021.
You are like a poker encyclopedia, Milo. A PokeGo encyclopedia.
Someone can poke my encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. Well, no, there they are. They're the two that I haven't got, and ironically, I like both of them. So I don't know what that says about my mega connoisseurship. Connoisseurship. Sounds like concierge, isn't it?
That's a little bit early, but not
nice
with his
segue
segue
there,
last week.
Marky.
Yeah. Maybe move this one around a bit. But no, there we go. That's Mega Sharpedo Raid Day. Ian, did you get a hundo? How many shinies did you get in the end, mate? I don't
know, because you both talked about your numbers and we started like segueing. So
what did you get?
Yeah, what were your numbers?
So I did 19 in-person raids. I did 5 remotes. So I did 24 in total. So not masses, but I'll take that number. And I got 2 shinies and 1 hundo.
I thought you got the hundo as well, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Hundo was on the last in-person.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
What's it like? 2 shinies out of 24 raids is sort of spot on,
and
really.
Unfortunately, my hundo was 1 raid after my last shiny.
Oh, that. When that happens, it's like, really?
Yeah.
So
really, RNG?
What can you do? That's how they get you.
So
yeah.
Just to get a bit of balance here. Our Patreon bar side did 20 plus 20 remote and 45 in person. That's 85. Well done, bar
Jesus.
side, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
Sue did 64 raids, 4 shinies, and a little bit
no
outside
decent
of
IV.
No decent IVs at all. Bleh. No, a little bit like that. But like I said, if you love to raid, it's fun to play it. And Boss, I got 8 shinies from his 85.
See, I do love to raid, but it has to be warranted. I won't just raid for the sake of it. That's where I differ from some
It's
people
expensive.
that play this game.
It's expensive. I think remote raiding is very expensive. I think
can be expensive.
I think, like you said, the in-person bit. You know, if you can do it when you're doing something else, if you don't want to just fixate on it, then do it. It's relatively controlled then,
but
isn't it?
that's the beauty about Pokemon Go. People can play the game how they want to. So
quite
Milo going hardcore, me and Mark going more casual,
softcore.
I would say you guys are sort of mid. Honestly,
we medium core.
Medium core. Yeah, you're not cash. Because you
core.
play events to a degree.
I see. I do feel that I am probably the most casual I've been since the game launched these days.
But you're still not as casual as you could be.
That's true.
So don't slip any further.
That is very true.
Masterlaxus, I think I won the RNG for this raid day.
Do you want to know why he won the RNG for this raid day?
I do want to know. I do want to know.
Is it coming up later?
It's coming up now.
Hello, boys. Thought I would drop a little voice note this week after being accused of doing so last week.
Accused?
Another great episode. Love listening to it, as always. Just fresh off the back of Mega Sharpedo Raid Day. Not something I was particularly bothered about. It was great to finally have it in, but I think you guys have already said it just seems so strange that they've left it so late to introduce it. So I didn't bother with the ticket. I just stuck to the 5 extra raid passes, plus another 2 free passes. Didn't do a raid the day before, so I had the free pass from that day and the free pass that you get from the day standard. So yeah, 7 Mega Sharpedo raids, and came away with 3 shinies, 2 back-to-back.
That's crazy odds.
I was pretty happy with those return, should I say, from just 7 raids.
That's a solid.
So, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
That's a
solid
mic drop,
amount of
isn't
RNG.
It was literally a mic drop. It had to go in there, didn't it, really, to sort of bookend that discussion.
Well, yeah, perfect. That's the thing. RNG works in, well, not mysterious ways, but it can be both fantastic and awful.
Well, there we go. RNG, a really nasty game. Or it could be a really nice game, depending on which side it falls. So we are going to talk a little bit about news, but we're not going to make a habit of it on this show. So, yeah.
It's the news.
As we sit here and record, completely normal event has been dropped, hasn't it? Is it normal? It's completely normal, isn't it?
I think it's completely normal, actually.
Milo's
Milo
doesn't
actually
look
quite
like he's-
excited.
Yeah.
You see, Milo's doing that, but it's because his favourite Pokemon is now got an evolution.
Oh.
Yes, my nemesis.
Your nemesis.
I mean, we're not going to go through the whole article, but we will say this focuses around Dunsparce's Paldean evolution. The Dunsparce. It's just fantastic. And it's so cool that it's come into Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it turns into the land snake.
Land snake. Very
The land
nice.
snake Pokemon.
Ooh,
Who
that's
doesn't
a whole
love a
new
land
title there,
snake?
Ian, isn't it? A
Yeah.
land snake Pokemon.
Miss Special Land Snake.
You've joined me with my land snake.
Why is there going to be like a Bond parody movie?
Just imagine Milo there with a snake.
Yeah, his arm
That's
going
a
like
land
this.
snake.
A land snake.
But will I have a 2 or 3 segment land snake that I'm caressing in my arms? Well, they don't make mention of it, but it's theorized that this is going to work much like Tandemouse and its evolution Mousehole, where it's a 1 in 100 chance of getting the 300. The 300? 300 segments. Jesus Christ.
segments.
No, 3 segment to Dunsparce, because usually it's a 2 segment evolution. So basically, it just gets 1 extra blotch on its body. And you'll be lucky if you get 2 extra.
One extra nodule.
Extra notch, yeah.
Now, anyone that's on the road to level 80, and let's face it, the majority of us probably are, there's going to be 2 times XP on this bad boy for evolving your Pokemon.
Save your Pidgeys.
Yeah, you
If
get
you remember that back in the OG days when you put a lucky egg on and you just spend like 30 minutes, an hour just evolving Pidgeys and rats.
You can still do that to this day.
Technically could still
we
do
might
that.
talk about that later. But yeah, it's
Spoilers.
spoilers. But no, there is an increased chance to encounter shiny Dunsparce. I think this
Except for me.
except for you, Milo.
Let's say it now.
Whitfield
It
will be
won't.
excluded from that, but he may
Honestly.
be included in the increased chance to encounter a Ditto.
Not a shiny one. Just
No,
a
it doesn't say
regular one,
shiny, it just has a Ditto.
No. Which is cool. But they are changing up the Ditto disguises, which they tend to do this about once a year, really, it seems. It's been certain disguises for the longest time. Now there'll be different Pokemon that will transform into Ditto, which is cool.
But don't worry, we did talk about this on the Mega Guessing game. There are going to be some wild encounters, and they say
Really?
they're event themed, but I see a bit
They've
of
named
Easter
a
in
few
them.
of them.
Yeah, just a handful, isn't it? But so Centret, we all love a Centret.
It's normal.
Dunsparce,
Normal.
Baneri,
Normal.
Eastery, normal, yeah.
Eastery.
And Ordino,
Fairly
Dust.
normal, yeah.
fairly normal. fairly normal. And
Love it.
you might get a shiny one. I'm also loving these
And
laughing
there
emojis.
probably is going to be other wild encounters, because we have noticed the last few weeks and months that not every spawn is now listed under wild encounters.
No, they seem to be changing how they present information, which many people are not a big fan of, in me included personally. But you can still guarantee a paid timed research an event, and it's $1.99 this time. You'll get Dunsparce encounters, 2 lucky eggs, and 5,000 XP, plus a few other little bits and pieces. So yeah, there you go.
But go on, Milo, you're going to talk about an avatar item. Weren't you? An avatar item, I was going to say.
I was going to say, like, this avatar item is spectacular. It's a Dunsparce, a Dunsparce, because it's got 2 segments on it. Onesie. The onesie in the game. That, honestly, the gormless expression
Yes.
that Dunsparce is giving from that is insanely good.
I thought you meant the avatar inside the ones.
I thought we did as well, to be
That's
fair.
that's just horrifying.
Do you know what, though?
I could see Whitfield wearing that IRL, let alone in the game.
I could.
Only as we get towards winter, it looks a bit toasty in there.
But hey, it's they're brilliant, aren't they? They're,
It's
they're,
there.
they're horrifyingly brilliant, I think.
It really is actually very, very cool. I like that.
So we've talked about it. We've got the field research. We're going to have a collection challenge. We love all that, and a little boxy thing in the Pokemon Go web store. But it's an exciting release, isn't it, this one? I think this is something that we've sort of like thought about before, haven't we? We've kind of like, is it going to come in the game? How are they going to bring it in? Well, they've obviously found the way. And the Tandem Mousehold evolution chance odds sort of works, doesn't it, with the rarer ones? So
Yeah.
that's quite an easy way to sort of calculate it in the game. I mean, boys, have you got a 3 Mousehold family yet in the game? I haven't.
Only really recently, actually, with the most recent event that Tandem Mouse was featured in, because I always seem to forget it exists, and then it's featured in an event. What was it Shiny released, actually? It was a couple of weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of which, I've still got about 50 plus Tandem Mouse that I haven't actually even evolved. So I really do need to evolve them so I can actually throw them in the bin, because the chance of getting the 3 is slim.
So it took me 51 evolves to get my family of 3. So it might be a long slog to get you to Dunsparce 3 segment, but hey, it gives you something to do. It gives you a reason to catch
It'll give you a reason
Dunsparce.
to catch Dunsparce, and you might even get another pink one.
No, I'm predicting now I'll get the 3 segments before getting a shiny. It's only 50 candy to evolve it though, so it's actually a nice cheap evolution.
The Dunsparce being readily available, spawn more candies in the game. Tandem Mouse, we know, is locked behind different mechanics. You only get a few chances to roll the dice with Tandem Mouse, don't you? Because you are limited with the candy. Still 50, isn't it, for memory? But
yes.
But not as available. Yeah, it's a new event, isn't it? This is a new event, the normal event, isn't it? A completely normal event.
We've never had anything like this before, which is cool. I mean, we've had Ditto-focused events before for like April Fools and things, but it looks like a completely free-to-play event. There's no mention of raids or eggs or anything like that. It's just like wild spawns, there you go, which honestly is cool. There's dust boosts, things to farm for candy. Just make sure you get your mega on. Talking about megas. Got Lopunny, Kangaskhan for normal types, I think. Might be one other, I forget.
Slightly ironic, isn't it, that it's a free-to-play event, which is very unnormal nowadays in the game.
Yeah, it's completely unnormal.
The irony's lost there, isn't it? Ooh, one shot.
Very accurate sound effect. Before we move on, boys, I've got some good news.
What?
Well, we have a tiny bit more information regarding the Go Wild area for 2025. We talked a lot about it last week.
Though, isn't it?
Well, the information is, but the Pokemon is not, because Beware is coming with a costume. It looks like a cape or sort of
I thought you meant Beware. I thought something bad was happening.
Beware
as well.
Beware of the fact that you're going to have to raid for it. No.
Oh, we're going to have to raid for it?
Yeah,
Don't tell me. Is
folks,
that a 3-star raid by any chance?
It is a 3-star raid, boss. You guessed correctly. This is working exactly how Snorlax with the jacket worked last year. For Nagasaki, they are getting it as a mighty Pokemon in the wild and off of regular Incensed, excluding daily, of course. And it's going to be in 3-star raids. For us mere mortals, us regular players who are doing the global, us peasants who can't afford to go to Nagasaki, we're getting it in 3-star raids only. So it is raid locked for global, but honestly, it will be shiny. That is a freaking awesome costume.
That is a chase. I think that one, even though it's a bit of a dead Pokemon, people will raid for it.
And it's your favourite Pokemon, is it? You like Beware, don't you?
He loves Beware.
To be fair, I really don't like Beware, but...
That's a lie. See it on his face.
Beware.
Beware of all the money and raid passes you're going to have to spend.
Oh, God.
They should do that, shouldn't they? Beware. You're going to spend a fortune.
Beware. Yeah. You might suddenly lose all your bank balance.
Yeah, you will spend a fortune. Don't you worry. But no, we alluded to at the beginning of the show, certainly in my introduction, and one thing we have spoken about very top line, because it has only been top line, is that number is changing in Pokemon Go. And on October the 15th, we're all going to know where we are on this new leveling system, because where some people predicted 60, some predicted 70, some predicted 100. Well, I don't think anyone predicted 100, but it's a nice number.
It would never change.
Level 80 is, in fact, well, it's not new news now. It's coming to Pokemon Go, and it'll be with us
a month tomorrow, guys. It's going to be dropping a month tomorrow.
That's mental.
Yes.
If you're listening to the show, actually, on
Sunday.
Drop day, yeah.
This is the point. It'll be there before we know it, won't it? And let's face it. I think as we sort of digest it's happening, it's coming, it's one of those things you can't really put to the back of your mind too much, because we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing as individuals, how we're playing the game up to now. Maybe we'll have similarities in certain aspects of it, but I do think a lot of people, are seeking a bit of reassurance around this. And, we're not here to give people reassurance, but we're here to certainly maybe share similar stories and you might draw some comfort from it. But it's funny, and I'm happy to lead this, guys, if you want. But I think for me, the one thing I've noticed, I didn't have any focus on XP for the best part of 2 years. Do you know what I mean?
Well, actually, sorry, call back to 2 weeks. We all gave our XP totals. What's your total XP at the moment? Because obviously Coops gave his XP. Him and Ian are roughly the similar sort of 350 mil XP. I'm 820 something mil.
Yeah, so I'm now currently sat on 267 million XP, 267.
We'll be at that episode soon.
We'll be at that episode soon. But what I would say is, and I think this is what I just wanted to, I thought it was a really nice little conversation to have, was I never paid attention to my XP for like the best part of 2 years.
As soon as I hit level 50, XP wasn't even a thing in my brain anymore.
Yeah, and
Not really, same for me, because when you level up best friends or old friends with somebody and it now prompts you to say put a lucky egg on, I would never bother.
No, me either.
Be like, nah, whatever the XP is, you give it to me. And I very rarely use lucky eggs for anything until more recently when there's bonus XP and things like that. Like, I can actually get a bit more, sure.
When you spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, and it made me look at mine because I didn't know where I was on it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I've been playing the game since day one and I really haven't, we've had Go Fests and events like that. And like, I've never utilized the resources. And then I think one thing I noticed when I looked at my inventory was I had like 85 lucky eggs sat in there. And I was like, and that isn't that I've gone out intentionally buying lucky eggs. That'll
be from passes and
this is the thing.
Rewards.
Back in the day, you
things.
never got lucky eggs free. We were talking about this in my local community at the weekend. You never got lucky eggs back in the OG days.
We never got rewards really for anything.
But now you're getting eggs in boxes, you're getting them with tickets, and the majority of people just aren't using them.
Well, we just said the paid ticket for the Dunsparce thing gives you some lucky eggs. So that if you buy that, you get some lucky eggs included in it, and free time research gives you things like that. So leveling up and getting more XP is more accessible these days.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think certainly at the weekend with Mega Sharpedo, listen, guys, there's chats going on in our Patreon chat at the moment, and we are going to pull this right around. And for the listener as well, it's not all about XP, but this is about the focus. We're talking about like certainly the sort of areas that I've noticed that I've switched off for a period of time, and maybe don't need to focus on it, but I think naturally you feel like you need to when something like this is put out there without really knowing what it entails. But yeah, I'd say I've started using them now, and I found now that breaking news, your easiest way of getting big chunks of XP is opening gifts and sending gifts, and I'm opening and sending the maximum amount of gifts now every day for the last week and a bit, and I'm
oh my god.
And I appreciate people in friend games with I'm already besties with aren't seeing the benefit of this, but I've certainly. I know you're not. I know you're not. Thanks for the lucky trinket, Ian. That was very appreciated.
I had to use it on somebody else, panicking. I got like 3 hours left, and I'm already lucky with Milo's. I'm like, just throw it on you.
That's fair enough.
We'll be together for a while.
Someone else see at an event, sure.
But hallelujah, exactly, Paul. But I have now sort of like targeted the people now that are not actually targeted them. That sounds a bit brutal, but I'm working on the 3 to 4 hearts.
I will level up with you.
It's basic stuff which I haven't done for a couple of years. I'm focusing now on hitting them every day. I'm opening my gifts, chunking away. Nakeen, open up your gifts. We're one interaction away from being besties. But I think the point is,
it's me, Pikachu.
It's 300,000 XP for each one, which is a lot. Now, listen, we don't know what the criteria is for level 80. Nobody does actually at the moment, but there are strong indications this is going to be a rebalance. And we have heard, they're not even rumours, I think people are strategizing and theorizing. Is it theorizing even a word? But Ian, what do we know at the moment? We think do we think we need more XP from the one? Is it 176?
176 mil.
What are our thoughts?
The truth of the matter is, we don't know. The Pokemon Go team haven't given any numbers or any inklings as to what will be happening come October 15th. All we do know is that it will be a rebalance. And from level 70 to 80, there will be tasks involved in leveling up. So it very easily could stay at 176 mil, or it could quite easily move to any other number that the team have decided is the fact.
I know we chatted 2 weeks ago about it being 300 mil as quite a nice round number. That kind of basically doubles the amount of total XP.
Coops wanted $500 million.
$500 million actually is what we were going for, wasn't it? And then 300 million cropped up in conversation. Having read and chatted about it and seen a few bits and pieces, the word rebalance is key to this discussion because, among other things, level 80 is a strange number to suddenly pluck out of thin air because obviously level 50 is halfway to 100 and it corresponds with how the Pokemon power up. You've got half levels and they go to level 50. And I genuinely think that at some point we'll get to the point where you can get to player level 100, and then it will be Pokemon that get to level 100. They've just renamed the levels. You won't power it up any further. It will just be renamed, essentially. Level 80, and they're saying it's a rebalance. All it's going to mean, really, surely, is there'll just be less XP between levels in order to level up.
A lot of people are presuming that, but again, it's pure conjecture at this point.
I mean, there are bits and pieces out there that you can you could put 2 and 2 together and make 5, really, with the information provided at the moment. And there is going to be more information coming as we get to October, certainly. But I genuinely think that all of us who are level 50 will go to level 70 straight away, and then we'll have to do the tasks to get through the last 10 levels, much like we had to do if you were already over level 40. You just have to do the tasks. The XP would already be there. What the tasks will be, we don't know.
Now, this is what I want to talk about, is because, like, as Ian said before we start talking, is we don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm sure these conversations have been had in communities, and certainly we're having our conversation. We talk about this offline. It was quite nice to do this with you, the listeners, and we encourage you to actually send in some thoughts as well, so we can
get involved.
Yeah, get involved in it. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because that's almost like a plan A. It could be, like you said, they rebalance it. So literally 176 stays at the end of 80, but actually XP for people starting the game now that are at level, 28, 30, 32, suddenly become level 58 overnight, and then they've got to get the last bit across a few more levels than they would have had to do before. Over another sort of 24 levels, it would work out if you were sort of 56. So inevitably it reduces the amount of XP between each level.
It's sort of that thing of their whole message with this is we want to create a more satisfying player experience in order to level up more frequently. And to be honest, I kind of agree with that, because it was so long waiting for level ups. Certainly when it came to back in the day when we said you couldn't get XP very easily, you had to evolve, and then raids came to the game, and getting 10,000 XP from a raid was frankly unbelievably insane. You think, my God, I'm doing a Raikou raid and getting 10k XP. You can make it 20k XP if you buy a lucky egg. Whereas now that's basically chump change.
Well, this is the difference. The Pokemon Go team now just give XP like it's nothing. And Francesca said in the chat that XP really isn't a thing anymore. It's more about sort of getting to the level and the prestige, etc.
Yes.
And it is true that if you go back to 2016, getting XP was difficult. It really was. Whereas now, you've only got to turn the game on and they're just throwing XP at you just for doing nothing.
Well, we know there are events every 5 seconds. There's everything on the weekends and stuff. Back in 2016 and 17, it would be like looking for a needle in a haystack to have an event-focused thing in your calendar. We were all like, oh my God, there's a water festival. Magikarp's got a shiny release and stuff, and then there wouldn't be an event for 3 weeks. You just have regular spawns and no bonuses, whereas now it seems like every event has double XP.
It literally is the other side of the coin, because, back in the day, having an event was a novelty. It was an event, whereas now not having an event is the event, because there are always events going.
Yeah.
Looking at our Patreon chat, Tim hits the nail on the head then, and I actually familiarised myself with
Francesco.
Sorry, Francesco. I'll be saying Tim, haven't I tonight? But I think going back to the point is, I tried to familiarise myself, because for us day one players, it feels like a long time since we did that brutal journey between 40 to 50. And I remember when I was looking at level 1, turn the game on, level 2, throw a ball, level 3, look at your friend, level 4. Do you know what I mean? The point I'm making is you didn't have to do a lot to level up at the very beginning, but then as it then got to level 25, 26, it was like 1 million XP.
Yeah, they were actually challenging back in the day.
They were.
But... And really, that's the same with any game, because the increments have to get bigger to make it more challenging as you get more involved with the game and further on in the game.
This is what I've seen in certain games like GTA, is that once you get to a certain level on that, you can continue to level up basically indefinitely, but the XP amount stays the same. So you basically it's the same progression over and over again, but you still see the number change.
Yeah.
Whereas when we were doing the level 50 grind, and that came into effect sort of the tail end of 2020, and then I got to level 50 actually when we were starting this podcast back in 2021, that grind was tough. The XP wasn't a factor, because I already played the game quite a lot, and the events were already starting to come through with com days, triple catch XP, you basically lucky egg for 3 hours, and you would grind and everything like that. So the XP wasn't the struggle, but the tasks were. And I've seen a lot of people saying, like, even with the planned level up thing they've got, some of the tasks are potentially too challenging to try and get through. And a lot of people are sort of like, I'm not going to be able to make it to level 50, even if I wanted to, in the time allotted.
And that's a very real thing, because depending on where you start, it is a grind, and it's not going to be possible that everybody in the game is going to be able to get to level 50 before 15th of October. It's just, unfortunately, I'm not being savage, but not everyone can do it. The playstyles won't allow it, and the time spans won't necessarily allow it either.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to throw it out there, because we're going to talk a little bit about, for you, the listeners, that, what can you do to sort of, if you're not at level 50? And there's plenty of people not at level 50. This isn't like, we're not talking to like a very small amount of people.
The majority of the player base isn't at level 50.
Exactly. Paul said in the chat, Barca too, they could also focus it on new XP. So not what you've banked, but like part of a quest could be to get 20 million XP as part of it. So actually, you're not using banked XP. That's, everyone's at the same point, but they've got to get 20 million from that point. And I think that's fair.
That makes sense, because on some of the research, there is a case of get so much Stardust or get so much XP.
Yeah.
They've done that before.
Even on timed research and things like that for paid tickets, you still had to acquire XP through the event. So genuinely, that would almost be better in a way, because it would mean whatever level you are, whatever level of XP you've got, you still got to grind.
Yes.
If you want to level up. That'd be good.
So I found myself at the weekend, and we joke a bit about it, because we've had Kanto. And
oh god, yeah.
One thing I remember though, when I was because I didn't have the XP once he increased it to level 50. So I think Ian was in the same boat as me. Certainly Coops was as well. So we knew that XP was still a chase for us once level 50 came around. Obviously, the research tasks meant you had to do each level, 41 to 50, with focus on certain areas, but XP was still part of it. And I remember there was a period of time where I was sat at about level 47 for what felt like an eternity. And
some of them were long.
They were long. Some of them were
grinds.
Like 20 million XP, wasn't it? Between
Lucky Trades, GBL.
But the tasks were one thing that would potentially time lock you, and you would have to be very lucky with events. It will be interesting to see what tasks they put into them, whether they literally just copy paste the tasks that were from 41 to 50 and just move them up the ranks.
That would kind of really wind the wrong way.
Wind me up the wrong way.
That would really annoy me personally. I hope they make new ones.
And I hope they're hard. I really hope they're hard, because sorry, Ian, to jump in there, but like 71 to 80 should be hard, shouldn't it? This is
I 100% agree.
Well, it should be, unless go full circle, unless it's just a rebalance of the existing XP, because anyone that's already level 50, if they've then got to do all these extra tasks to get to the new top level when they've already technically achieved it, if it is a full-on rebalance, do you necessarily really want nigh on impossible tasks?
But then I guess the question is, does it really matter at the end of the day? And this is the thing where more recently with events and the game progression, they've allowed access to XL candy from a much lower level. As soon as you hit level 40, you can power things up to level 50. It's not like back in the day where you could only power it up so far with the trainer level and everything.
That's true, and we do know that the max Pokemon level will stay at level 50. That's
just going to mention that.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
And it's not going to shift any goalposts in terms of things from research, eggs, raids, or whatever. So it is purely your trainer profile. Now, the whole thing comes down to if you actually care about the number that you're seeing, because people know what Pokemon they've got. They know what they can do in raids and everything like that, or GBL, God knows what. It's the same with any game, really, but it's kind of like a vanity thing of like, oh, I've got level 80. Look at that. Look at me. I've done this.
It's a vanity plate. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
The only things that people are maybe stressing is the level 50 jacket that you unlocked at level 50, and people are like, I really like that avatar item, and it is going to disappear. Not confirmed whether it will go back in the shop, but I personally suspect it will become available in the shop.
I think it'll end up being a purchasable item at some
point. Or maybe
they'll
rebrand it as the level 80 jacket and just change the number on it. That'd be fun.
Oh, Jesus,
imagine a Sharpie just changing.
I could get another one and lose it in another New York hotel.
Like
great.
Like the green timed incubator, the timed incubator.
It's just Tipex 50 out and wrote 80 in crayon.
Well, we know Photoshop's expensive now, don't we? But I think that before we jumped on that was really important. I wanted to capture that bit about the Pokemon. This isn't changing the levels of Pokemon. That doesn't change anything, in fact, which makes me feel more certain this isn't going to be massively different other than your number's going to change and they're rebalancing it, certainly on the XP perspective. But I have found myself doing basic things again in the game. And this, again, is aimed at people that aren't level 50 now. So I think, what can you do between now, a month from today, as you're listening to the show potentially? It's the basics. If you don't want to spend money on lucky eggs or you haven't got them in the resource pool, that's fine. You don't need to do that. But I think certainly for me, evolution XP bonuses on spotlight hours, certainly moving forward, there might be one or two of them coming up, which is a window there. Certainly if it's a spotlight hour, which doesn't really interest you, save your Pokemon up for that and evolve them during that hour. That'll give you a little boost. The Pidgeys, the Weedles, good thing with Canter, there was a lot of 12 Candy Evolution basic Pokemon, weren't there then, if you remember that grind that we had to go through.
Yeah, Caterpie as well.
Caterpie, Weedle, Pidgey, what goodness, who thought we'd be talking about this again?
Use Pidove, people. Yes.
Yeah, use Pidove. But that was a good surefire way of earning a bit of XP. 2,000 XP it is with a lucky egg, but 1,000 XP for an evolution. That's always a bit of help. Raiding, which we said, they're throwing it at raids now. Goodness gracious, like when you hear people talking about is that all we get for raids? We've all said that. Jesus, it was never like that.
You're getting bonus 3k XP. You can always lucky egg it if you're doing a bit of a raid sesh. And we've seen the calendar is chock full of mega raid days and other raid days and things like that. So there's plentiful XP around. But the simple things, catch. You've got 2 times catch XP with the XP celebration event. And then obviously any extra bonuses stack on that. So Com Day or
catch,
Ball Hour
yes,
XP.
But the caveat is catch yourself. If you're using an auto catcher,
yes,
it will not count. You'll just get standard XP. It needs to be nice, great, excellent throws.
It doesn't give you that bonus if you're using a Go++. You need to hit the curve throw and the actual excellent yourself, which you can obviously do. But if people just rocking and rolling with Go++, you won't get the XP boost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Manual catching.
Good old OG gameplay. That's what you need.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're talking about.
That's exactly what we're talking about. So, anything else, guys? Do we want to talk about now on this, or do we think that's a healthy little chat there?
I think that covers it. We've talked about lucky eggs, we've talked about little hacks, and we've talked about the style of throw you need to be doing. They're the main things. If you want to, like Milo said, if you're a raider, that's the easiest way to get XP. Lucky egg and just go and do some raids. Raid days are great for it.
Yeah, we've got more of them coming up. That's for damn sure.
Well, talk about things that are coming up, though. Unfortunately, this isn't going to give us any XP, but it's going to perplex me and Ian, I'm sure. Milo wants to host a game.
Want is a strong word.
What? The Ducklett.
Clear off your notepad file you've got, Milo.
We're rocking and rolling that with that jingle, yeah?
Yeah, you look... Oh.
There we go. What's the Ducklett? One or both works very nicely. Yes, slightly panicked because I completely ignored this bit on the show notes, but it is What the Ducklett. Thank you, Marky, for bringing this tedious Pokemon clue guessing game back. Suggest first to 2. That's what we're going to roll with tonight.
I did put that. Suggest first to 2.
For not just your own sanity, but the listeners as well. So basically, this started out as read the Pokédex entry in the Pokemon Go Pokédex, and the guys have to guess quick fire what the Pokemon is from that. And for quite a while now, it's progressed into me writing a silly little cryptic clue that is either a play on what the Pokemon is or the Pokemon's name is.
Craptic.
So, craptic clues, exactly. So, for example, we've had the likes of if a fountain pen exploded on you, that would be Inkai.
My favourite one that you've done was if you're tired at the airport, wasn't it?
Oh yes,
yeah.
You fall asleep and miss your flight at LA.
Yeah, I love
Snorlax.
that. Snorlax, that's brilliant.
So I will say there's a few here that have been very hurriedly rushed as we were starting the recording, so they may be absolutely awful, but I'm going to give it the very best shot I can.
Love it how he carries how bad they are before we start.
Absolutely.
No, because these were rushed. I didn't put any thought into them. So, it's quick fire, boys. Shout out Pokemon names if you think you know what it is. We will give clues or craptic clues as we go along to hopefully ease the say suffering and pain. So, let's go, shall we? This Pokemon is if your radiator has Run away.
Heatran.
Bingo. There you go. I can tell you they're rubbish because no thought was put into them. Point to Ian. Let's see if he can close or seal the deal on this game.
Good, Ian. Awful
was
Milo.
quick.
Heatran.
Jesus.
The clue was ran away there, so you'd already got the ran there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Ian.
Should have said Scott.
Yeah, Scatterbug. I was thinking.
Okay. Right. Where do we go with this? To try and equalise, Marky, or to win the game, Ian. You have misplaced your clams and conches, whatever they're called, those things.
Shelder.
Close, but no. It's along the right thinking. So you've misplaced your conches and clams. Ian is a picture right now. Just can't think of anything.
No.
I'm seeing Mr. Mossom with a good suggestion. The Patreon chat, boys, don't look. It's wrong, I'm afraid.
My chat is off.
Your chat is off, but I'm afraid, Mr. Mossom, good guess. It's wrong, I'm afraid. I won't say what it is because I would like the boys to maybe use it. But since Ian is looking very perplexed, I'm going to give you a clue that is to do with the Pokemon itself. Nothing to do with the actual thing I've created. So this is a Gen 3 Pokemon, and it's a mid-stage of 3.
Shelgon?
Bingo. Shelgon. The mid-stage of Bagon. So there we go. Marky is equalised with the you've misplaced your shells, basically.
Shelgon. Love it, Milo. I was, yeah, I'd love to, was that the one, I'd love to know what the other one, what was the other one? Go on, someone going to share it, I haven't got chat open, what was it?
Mr. Mossom put Shellos, which actually would somewhat work, to be honest, as well.
Oh, multiple answers. I thought Shelder was a good one as well.
Shelder.
Shelgon.
I was thinking about the answer.
Yeah. So 1-1, we got what we wanted, a decider.
Okay, this Pokemon is what you might say to get a dog to high-five you. I do love the silence that comes with this game. It's just...
Dog to high-five you.
Completely cuts out. Masterlaxus thinks he's got it. Save it. I'd love to know if anybody in the Patreon understands this one. So yeah, what you might say to get a dog to high-five you. And if we're really struggling, I'll give you boys a clue. That's a no from Ian.
I think it's no from Mark as well.
Yeah,
his face is...
I'll just go here, boy, to a dog, but that's not the name of a Pokemon, so...
I will tell you, it is not a dog Pokemon.
That's not really even a clue either.
I know it's not a clue. It's just a general bit of knowledge. Do we need a clue then?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what you might say to get a dog to high-five you... Speaking of...
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That
is not being edited out.
That's my answer. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes.
So the part of the dog that you might high-five...
Paw me.
Correct.
Yes.
Paw me.
Paw me.
For the win. As my own dog tries to get my attention.
Ian's like, oh my God.
I so want to use the safe jingle.
So there we go. Marky snatches the win with 2 consecutive points. Congratulations, sir, on winning this tedious Pokemon Clue game. You are welcome, listeners.
Very good. Very good. Well, we're rocking and rolling, aren't we? But Ian, it's Tuesday, which is Milo's fun day.
Fun day. Nice.
Well, start of a new event day, isn't it?
So yeah, Tuesday this past week, the Pokémon Concierge Celebration Event did begin, and it saw the evolution of one that's going to get Dwayne very, very hot under the collar, his favourite Pokemon with a swim ring. And we're about to hear how many shinies Milo got on day one, because I believe it's quite a common shiny.
I've seen people getting the shinies like, first check, 5th check, research. Wow, yeah. Did get a shiny of it today, but it was nearly 80 checks for myself. So it was a bit of a grind. And God bless Trubbish Spotlight Hour for getting me out and about to do an actual Spotlight Hour for some Stardust. The one Psyduck that spawned during the Spotlight Hour was actually the shiny. I'm glad to have picked one up. It's a fantastic costume Pokemon, fantastic shiny. One is not enough. We'll keep catching and checking them. The only thing I will say, and I know it's day one of the event, you boys obviously haven't had the opportunity to go out and check the research yet, but hopefully next week we can have a good group chat. The research tasks for this Pokemon are very rare and difficult to come by. Just very, very sparse. The spawns are not too bad, but it's definitely not the most common, which kind of makes sense. Keep it sort of exclusive and get people excited to go and check it. I think it's been confirmed to be like a 1 in 64 boost, which is very generous, I think.
Well, it is, because as you said, I've not really been able to play this event. We're literally just hours into it, but some of my locals have got a couple of it already.
No, they're quite lucky then,
It does seem to be really fairly quite common. So hopefully, as the week goes on, I'll get a chance to play it, because I can't really talk about the event. I've literally played less than 5 minutes of it today.
Yeah, I was going to say, all I'll add to that is, like, I went for a little walk. I got home tonight, went for a little bit of a walk, just walk around the block, really. Span about 6 or 7 Pokestops, and I managed to get 3 of the take 3 wild shot of a Pokemon. So I felt like they were quite common, the tasks on the Psyduck encounter. Take 3 photos of a wild Pokemon, which is a guaranteed Psyduck encounter. But in the wild, hardly saw any. On the little bit that I've played, like as Ian said, looking forward to getting my teeth into it over the weekend for a little bit. But yeah, can you evolve it?
No. So it's a one deal and done, really. But this is the thing of a first day. You know, it could have just been a really terrible quest day for here in Ealing. Who knows? Like, it didn't seem like there were very many around. But it's really cool to see quests. You got an option. You can choose to win a raid if you would like to. I have raided Magikarp today. You know, needs must and Shadow Seedot. Better than raiding for Mega, whatever it is. Gyarados was around today. I'm thinking, God, no. I've done enough of those recently.
No, not a 4th round of them.
Let's do another raid day for Gyarados. So yes, Magikarp and Seedot took my passes. Having 3 snapshots, that's fantastic. And because it encourages you to do snapshots, you actually get little snapshot encounters we talked about. So you can get the Pokemon Concierge characters appearing, which is cool. So it's honestly inoffensive. We haven't used that word in a long time.
No, that's because most of the events haven't been inoffensive lately.
That's true. There is always a reason.
So do we know, has Dwayne got it yet?
At this current time,
I haven't seen it as his buddy.
I don't think so at this current time. The chase
I saw Ash got it. I've seen Ash has got it already. Not my Ash, but Dwayne's Ash, as I call him.
Ash.
Yeah, he's got it. I think Sue got it on the 3rd check. Ian, I did the thing. I went behind the door, I went into Narnia and had a look around. I shouldn't have done that on X. And
never look on socials because you'll see,
dangerous.
First check,
first check and stuff like that. But the background's actually really nice as well. It's like a really little pretty wallpaper thing. And it's not just locked into research. You can get it from Wild.
It's in the wild, yeah,
which is really nice. So top tier, I think. There you go. 2nd check in the wild for Barside. 5th check for Masterlaxus' better half, I assume. No shiny for him personally.
No shiny for him personally. I've been seeing online, what are these snapshot pictures? Look a bit weird, don't they, from what I've seen online?
They're the concierge characters.
Yeah, they're the characters, but you can get different Pokemon from them.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what this is. What's Concierge then? What's
Concierge
this
is a little Netflix stop motion kind of animated series where the Pokemon and the characters look like they're made out of like wool or whatever it is. I haven't watched too many of them. I think I've seen a handful of episodes, but I really should get on to watching it because it's like a Pokemon kind of retreat on an island somewhere. And the reason you see, if you got the paid ticket, the elemental monkeys in there, is they work as like masseuse people in the hotel. It's hysterical. They're like performing kind of spa treatment stuff. So the Pokemon have kind of jobs in this one and get treated as guests. It's very adorable.
There you are, Milo. Even the Pokemon have got full-time jobs. Come on.
Yeah. Even the elemental monkeys, they get their hands dirty with the job.
I wondered why those monkeys were appearing in it.
Yeah. But that's Dragonite gets featured in it. Shinx makes features. And I'm sure people who are watching have seen more of it than I have, so they'll probably know a bit more.
Yeah. But before we get to the end of the show, boys, we do actually have a little bit more.
It's the news.
What?
Well, you know how we said about how Paris was hosting a stamp rally? Well, it's not the only city that's hosting a stamp rally, is it? We found out the other day there's going to be more of them.
Really?
And they're tied to the city safaris.
They are. So every city safari that is happening in the September rollout will be getting its own stamp rally. But it's not all good news, is it? Because the stamp rally is actually replacing the timed research where you get the EV encounters.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a case of you have a timed research for the day of the city safari and then you go and find the EV stops. What it's going to do now is basically every time you get a stamp, we've seen them featured at Osaka, actually, and a few other places, and as you said, Paris is getting one. They're specific locations. They will be notified on Campfire, thankfully, so you'll still have a way of finding them. I'm sure players are going to shout them out where you go, but through the Stamp Rally collection, that's how you're going to get the City Safari Hat Eevee, plus one from completing it. I think you have to complete the Stamp Rally, and then you get another encounter.
You get 8, yeah.
It's interesting, and to be honest, I'm not totally against it. I think it's like a nice little scrapbook addition, really, to the whole City Safari thing. The Stamp Rally was already something that would look very interesting, and City Safari seems about the right thing to introduce it with.
I think it's a good way to tie it in because it's another memento of... Because let's face it, City Safaris are copy-paste across every event, so the ones that we're doing in Valencia and Amsterdam in just a couple of weeks, they're the same as what we did in Milan earlier this year.
Yeah, it's just a slight change on the Pokemon, that's all.
The Stamp Rally gives you a little bit more of a memento other than just a tag on a non-Shivy Safari Hat Eevee or a Donkey Mudbray.
Yeah. Just to clarify, anybody who's not familiar with the Stamp Rally, because it hasn't been featured in many places, pretty much outside of Japan, I think. Like Paris was a big deal because it's the first time a European city's getting a Stamp Rally. Is the Stamp Rally is going to be activated upon entering the city-wide game area of the City Safari. So once you're in the city zone, the Stamp Rally will begin. And to start it, simply approach a Pokestop that is part of the City Safari Stamp Rally and receive the stamp sheet. And the Stamp Rally button will appear on the map, allowing you to start stamping. Haha. All Pokestops that are part of the City Safari Stamp Rally will be featured and highlighted on Campfire and in a dedicated map. So that makes it nice and easy to know where you're going. Basically just collect stamps by visiting specific Pokestops. So it's not dissimilar from actually the Eevee stops themselves.
It's very similar to what we had for City Safari in the past.
You just spin the stop and you'll get the stamp sheet instead. And I'm wondering, it's not clarified there, but whether the Pokestop will be a specific one, like if it's going to be a location thing, so it's a standard stop that gets commandeered for the Stamp Rally, or if they'll put up City Safari Eevee kind of things and say, hey, come to this one, and that's part of the Stamp Rally. So we'll have to see, because I've got to be honest, I liked, the City Safari Eevee gifts you could get. It would have the Eevee's adorable face on there, and it'd have City Safari Milan. I quite like those personally. I don't want to lose that necessarily.
I can already see the thumbnail of Milo, like his little stamp near him. Can you? It seems like a sheet of stamps, or like his little...
It's my Stamp Rally.
A Stamp Rally. It's a big thing, isn't it? This is quite common in Japan. I think we've got friends of the show, JT. He's featured it on some of his content in the past. Where for them, I should say, for him, he's had to get on a train, travel quite far to get stamps. They're not easy to obtain in Japan. There's a bit of work put into it. So, and they're always themed, aren't they? Because certain parts of Japan have got themed Pokemon areas, which I like that, and you can get some quite interesting things to those areers. It's obviously smaller size, smaller scale on City Safari, and for people that haven't done them before, we're lucky out. We've done some. They do give you the chance to get out there and explore a city. It's like a very much like a best way I could sort of describe it is like a very, very downscaled Go Fest. Yeah. In the place you're playing it. So, but the Eevee things are a lovely little keepsakes, and I think they are rare. Certainly the shiny ones are, and those Explorer hats it'll be quite interesting to see what that new mechanic looks like. But I'm excited for that. I think it'd be nice to give people that opportunity to play that version of the game, if that makes sense, that feature.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few other little details, like genuinely you actually need to digitally stamp, like you'll have to physically press. Yeah,
and the harder you press down on your stamp,
the ink's going to transfer, which I think is quite nice in a way. It keeps it unique.
I broke my phone.
I broke my phone doing the stamp rally. Careful of your Apple iPhone Air, because it might just go...
No, it won't be out. It won't be out by the time of the
next
60
time
Safari.
Round.
So I'll still be on the 7.
Next time round.
The 15.
What do we think of that, though? Because looking back at it, so we did Barcelona and Milan. And from memory, Barcelona to get the Eevee stops was actually quite a trek. You had to really...
Barcelona was a lot more of a trek than it was in Milan.
But it was much more of an adventure to go and get the EV stops and go around and meet with the community. And we were using Campfire to find there were very few locations. There were more than 8, but they were very far apart.
Well, they weren't easily noted either. They weren't like blaringly obvious.
No,
from Milan. They were
very there, but they were also like 8 in the main square. So they were far more.
Yeah,
often.
we just did a loop around the
Duomo.
That was it. Yeah, we just did a loop around that and it was done.
So it was almost like the exact opposite in a way, is the fact that you could just like tick off all the EV and then go and play the City Safari and get the encounters and everything like that. So this seems like they're bringing it back to more how Barcelona was, sort of trying to make you adventure through specific places. But then again, it doesn't necessarily say how many stamps are going to be around the city. It might be tons of them. You only need to get 8.
Yeah. It's safe to say there's going to be a lot more stops than stamps required.
Yeah.
I hope so. Otherwise, it could be the...
tracking around everywhere.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a thing.
I couldn't find my stamps.
A sad moment.
But anyway, I remember in Barcelona, it was a case of we were thinking that at times. I didn't get all the
genuinely
mine
was a
on
trek.
Barcelona.
They weren't clear either, were they? But that's obviously the game's updated now. They've done some really good work on the visual graphics. In Pokemon Go. But yeah, I did notice that in Milan. It was like, actually, it looks really good. They're really clear. You don't have to go as far, which I think Milan lent to that anyway. But I think that was obviously probably some feedback that they had.
Well, Milan was a lot more of a walkable city.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, far more than Barcelona, wasn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it does say the final thing of finishing the stamp rally and collecting rewards, you can collect up to 8 stamps. So that kind of alludes to there being a lot more stops available, so you don't have to trek around like a crazy amount, in my thinking.
8 per day.
Yeah, that's true.
Of the event, because it's on
8 per
2
day.
days.
And for each stamp, you'll get an encounter with the Eevee wearing the Explorer hat. So I guess it's once you've ticked it off, you'll get your encounter, a bit like Scatterbug.
Yeah.
Tick off the gifts and then you're good.
Yeah.
And it can only be completed once daily during the event hours. So the same as the time research. Get it done before the City Safari finishes for the day.
It is literally cut out the old time research and put this in its place. And you know what? It kind of works. It's a slightly more sort of interactive mechanic, I think. I think it's a good move.
Yeah. Genuinely, I agree. I think it would be really cool.
Well, talking of well-oiled mechanics, I think we're going to go to our favourite part of the show, which is...
Shinies of the week.
And I'm going to jump straight onto X. Hey, why not? And Julia Glass coming soon to Amsterdam. Haven't posted in a while, but we know the reasons why. Julia, welcome back.
Yeah.
Actually, I was Julia's 1000th bestie in Pokemon Go. We made it happen. Well, actually, I made it happen by opening some gifts. But yeah, 1,000 friends. So a lovely little thing there, Milo. Lovely little.
Just think of all the people that have been deleted to get to 1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. Goodness me.
An important post on X. #Shinies of the week at Incensed Podcast. Yeah, you got the blue duck. Blue duck with a ring. Donut duck, as I've been calling it. Well done.
Donut duck.
Donut duck.
Oh, she was a one and done, was she?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Nice.
Deserved. You should get better luck now. You've got time to make up.
RNG favours the accounts that get recovered.
Absolutely, I like that, Milo. Yeah.
I'm going to pull one from our Patreon exclusive Discord. We've got Lizzie, aka Fluffy Capaldi, here from the Silver tier. In the space of 20 minutes today, my luck is nuts. And she's managed to pick up not only a Psyduck with the ring on it as a shiny, which is very nice, and that looks like it's from Field Research as well, so big congrats on that, but also pulled in a shiny Shadow Totodile. Doesn't display the IV, but I know my numbers. That looks like a pretty decent one, to be honest. So yeah, congratulations.
And I'll jump in with one from X. Yes, Elon is getting a little bit of traffic this week. Shiners of the Week from Lil X. Thank you, Sierra. #Shiners of the Week. And it is the shiny Shadow Totodile. That's a 1-star, but GG's.
Nice.
Shiny Totodiles all round. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done indeed.
Like ourselves, the sparkly Shadow Croc.
Good lad, Mark Bailey, keeping Blue Sky alive and kicking.
Well done.
Yeah, he's put on it though, and I can relate to this. I am going to drag in on one of these sometime in the future. At hashtag Pokemon Go Cruise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Pokemon Go Cruise around the Norwegian fjords last week. I've done that. I love the Norwegian fjords on a cruise. It was fantastic.
I would go to Norway. I've always said I would love to go up there.
No way.
Norway, Iceland, but not on a boat. Not
He
on
goes,
a boat.
I'll go to Norway, but there's no way I'm going on a boat.
Norway.
Would you drive there?
Yes. There's some really good driving roads up there.
We'll recreate the race from Top Gear.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But Mark Bailey was at the Norwegian fjords. Well done, Mark. Beautiful part of the world. A Rookedy pair was Luck from Limited Spawns when he docked. Obviously, you do get off the boat in, as we did talk about before. Hatched a Pichu. Shiny Pichu, your first one. To be fair, that's one that I only got probably within the last year. So well done on that one. And stuff in a stack for a daily streak. There was a lot of Avalug on the daily incense. Average speed is 20 miles an hour. I found that I could put the daily incense on and just catch to my heart's content when I was on the cruise. It's actually quite nice. At the moment, loads of bravery were appearing where I was down in Croatia. But this is about you, Mark, and being in Norway. So well done, my man. And a Shiny Swablu as well. Are you going to Mega Evolve that one? Beat me to it? And a Shiny Blue Boy Ian in there as well. A Tyrant. We all love that. So well done, Mark. Nice mix there.
Nice.
There we go. Well, I'm sniffing like that. There we go. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? I've got a cold coming on, Ian.
What are you smelling now?
You've got
Are
me,
you
Ian.
smelling the shiny success
Shiny success
of others?
Nice.
But no, that is it. 240 is in the can. I've enjoyed it, actually. It's been a fun one tonight. Not news heavy. I've said that a couple of times already, but good to have some good chats. Hopefully you've picked up on some bits that we've spoken about, maybe taken some advice from us. And if you've got anything you want to add to it, please get involved. Post on social media using our @Incensed podcast hashtag on most of our platforms, certainly X and Instagram is where we are more active. Get involved. Tell us what you did. We might feature that next week. We hope you've enjoyed the podcast. Please, can you, our amazing listeners, help us in our quest to get more ears on board? We really do appreciate it when you repost, share, pass the pod, comment, and let people know who play the game that we are very much here. When I was away on my work we were asked to name an interesting fact about each other before it. I mentioned that I do a podcast on Pokemon Go, and we've been featured at events this year. Believe it or not, a couple of the guys I work with have now got the podcast in their Spotify. So it does work.
If Marky can do it, so can you.
So please do it. We do rely on everybody passing it on to people. It really does mean a lot to us. And if you do enjoy it, please leave a review. We would love a 5-star review, but give us what you feel like we're worth. And if you're brave enough, put your name to it and tell us. We'll read it out.
Nice.
We will read it out. Please follow us across our social media platforms, which we've already spoken about. They are out there.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We need your help. We are very much getting there, aren't we, Ian? We're getting close. We're getting close.
We've broken 800 subscribers now on YouTube. I think the reels/shorts are definitely helping people find us on YouTube.
And that's it. That's part of it. We are being more visible. We're posting more regularly, picking up some fun bits of the past, putting it out there for you to see. The shorts and the video format elements are really fun to share with you. And we hope you're enjoying that as well. And for new listeners, it's very powerful to get people on board with us and find us. But there is something else. We do talk about this every week because it means a lot to us. But Ian is going to thank you all and tell you a little bit about our Patreon.
Yeah, so thank you very much for listening to the Incensed podcast. Especially thank you to all of our patrons, which we really do value. We thank our bronze members. You're the foundation of the podcast is built on. We'd also like to thank our members, and we cannot go a week without thanking our
gold member.
So first up, we want to thank by name members, and you are, as Mark flashing back to his cruise on the boat.
Members.
Remember,
our Patreon members.
I like that.
And you are KLXVI, Dell Hazard X, Spindiana, Lauria Beck, Steve in Norway, CeeCeeismad, Macfloof, Saul Haberfield, Lizzie George, Sander van der Dreiesche, Neonnet, Ellen Rushton, James Alexander, Northern Soph, Tom Kettle, Charley Todd, Robert Wilson, Miss Summer of 69, Malcolm Grinter, Jordi Castell, The Hot Weasel, Shiny IKEA Mom, Tony of Pride, and Jono. Thank you for being our... And... we definitely have to say thank you to the people that are with us most of the time for our live recordings. You are our members. And you are JB, Kerry and Zachary, Barside 2, Mandy, Croft, Mr. Mossom, Mufti, and Masterlaxus. Thank you very much for being our...
Gold member.
But the thank yous aren't done there, are they, Milo?
No, they're not, right? We've got to answer and say thanks very much to our lovely admin team. Appreciate the Ninja and the Pyrrhus, Sue and Francesca, who do a huge amount of work with us behind the scenes for bits and pieces on events and socials and much more. So appreciate both of you from the team. The whole team.
Absolutely. We need
Teamwork.
it. We need it. Oh, I love all the hearts that are appearing on our screen now. That's a beautiful moment right there. Incensed love. That's what we want.
What?
Oh, no, just...
Tap.
There he is. No, keep tuned, listen, everyone. We appreciate you listening to this show. We've got some exciting things coming up over the next few weeks. So please stick with us. And like we said, we do this because we love the game. We do this because we love chatting to each other. We love this because we love you listening to what we like to talk about.
But hold your horses, talking about exciting things and the game, boys. I've got some
exciting things and the game.
Spectacular news.
What?
Contain yourselves. I am disappearing into my chair because... good news is Max Monday, September the 15th, is a Pokemon that offers excellent support around the chest.
A bra!
A bra! It's the Max a bra.
Well, Milo, I think I can probably just about top
That's
that
not
with
difficult.
the good news. No, it's not.
You can, Ian, but what with?
What? What's the news? Good,
Well,
bad, evil.
Gothita, SH Tuesday 16th Sept.
I thought you were going to
2X
say
Cat
hashtag
XP.
SHI.
That's the incense code, Ian. Don't give it away.
That's the shorthand. Yeah, Gothita is the spotlight howl for Tuesday 16th September with 2 times Catch XP.
Ah, XP.
Well, I'm going to top that off because on Wednesday, 17th September, guys, I've got some even better news.
What?
Yeah, 2 of my favourite megas are going to be floating around. Yeah, that is Mega Latios and Mega Latias.
Are they definitely your 2 favourites, yeah?
They are probably 2 of my most favouritest megas in the game.
The Os and Ass.
The Os and the Ass. And anyway, on that note, we will see you all next week.